Okay, let me get my YouTube open here. Probably just use. Cool. I'm not even gonna make a thumbnail. I'm just gonna use my Romeo's Dead Man Run. Oh, cool. Okay. Let me get my. Oh God, wait, I gotta rename this. Sorry. Alright, cool. Just give me 1 second. Okay, now I'm grooving. I'm almost there. Oh, I've got everything going now. I'm on OBS. Yeah, now I have everything. I have your audio coming through here. I'm just getting my little intro music thing that I usually get. Just so I can be clean. Be clean with everything. Okay. All right. Can I accept the Oh, Ryder, what's up? Welcome, welcome. All right, cool.
Check, check. There we go. Thank you, Ryder, for joining us.
All right, cool. I'm gonna accept. All right, I'm streaming all over. Now let me just accept your collab thing, and then I am good to go on this end. What's up, Ryder? How you doing tonight? Join the party.
The ceiling, nice. Cute.
Oh, Ryder, how dare you? How dare you? I love it.
Nice. Okay, now. Yes.
All right, I'm part of the party.
You're part of the party. Okay. I wish there was like a way I could like pop your thing out here so I could make it so it looks like you're talking. It's okay.
That's okay. I've been known to pop my thing out. People are tired of it. They don't want me to pop my thing no more.
Gotta pop that thing out every now and then, you know. Just every now and then. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way. There's not. Okay. I'm just gonna talk about you, and you'll know you're there by your presence and your voice. Um, okay. We hit the bong rip. I hit the intro. We'll go.
Alrighty.
All right, hitting the intro now.
I press the gas, pull the lever, and go where I like. I like. You play it with good stuff. You play it with good stuff. You play it with good stuff.
Hello, friends. Welcome. Hope you guys are doing well today. My name is the Dodd, and joining me today, I've got my buddy Hellion Vision with me. How you doing, Hellion?
Doing good. Thank you very much for having me. Love hanging with you as always.
Yeah, it's a good one. We got a lot to talk about today because there's a lot going on in the world of gaming, or at least there was last week, right? It's So I kind of wanted to start this off with a simple thing. Do you remember? You remember? You're probably as old as me, right? I think you probably got some gray hairs on the side of your head too, right?
I got grades. I was
You got
born in
some grays.
'92.
Yep, we're the same age then. So you remember the E3 days, right? You remember
Oh,
the
dude,
good old days of E3, right?
I miss it. I miss
Yeah.
it. I didn't catch the horror showcase yet, Ryder, but I really didn't catch anything. I'm pretty like okay. So actually, going off of that,
Hmm.
I miss the E3 days because what I used to do all the time was like me and my buddies would like you would spend like the because it was in the summer, so
Right.
like we were off from school. We would watch G4 cover like the whole
Oh
thing,
yeah.
and that was those were the days. That was like a great time.
Yeah, it was Christmas into the summer, right? Like
A
it was
hundred
like a
percent.
holiday, right? Like it was a holiday week. It was like the Mardi Gras for gamers, right? Like I miss I not only do I miss E3, but I miss E3 culture, which is why I was kind of surprised like this past week cuz everything kind of snuck up on me, right? Like this summer we had a Summer Games Fest, and then I think Xbox Showcase and PlayStation State of Play, and then there was a Nintendo Direct earlier this week, right? Um,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like we kind of got E3, but it's all like scattered and they're all kind of doing their own thing, right? It's like I mean,
Yeah.
it's more like a modern E3, right? Whereas like we used to be so monoculture where like everyone was listening to the top 40 music and shit like that all the time. And like everyone was watching The Walking Dead from water cooler to water cooler, right? And
Oh
now
yeah. 100%.
now we're so segmented, so I guess it kind of feels right for it to be all like on these separate kind of things. But like as you were saying earlier to Ryder in here, like you've only caught like glimpses of it, right? What has been your general impression from like the passing, whatever we're calling this, summer games fest, the ghost of E3? Like what's been your passing impression from not digging into it so far?
So my passing impression just has been, first of all, and one of the reasons I haven't really dug into it so far is because of my impression here, which is like there are so many reboots and remakes which are awesome, but I'm paralyzed. I'm
Yeah.
paralyzed in like thinking financially, what do I
Right.
pick? You know, like we're remaking Code Veronica and Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
Like there's just sometimes I get like let the man child in me go.
Right.
Please release me.
Yeah.
But oh god, and Persona 6. Yeah, thank you, writer. Not even
Yes.
think and like this is just beyond like the new stuff that I'm excited for, right? Which like, Persona 6 we didn't like see anything on. That's one of the trailers I watched. Obviously
Mhm.
we didn't see anything, but I'm dying to know like what the music for that game is going to be. That's
Yeah.
always like my favorite thing about those games. So
Mm. I've got
it's
big. I
just
haven't
like
actually played any of the Persona games, but everyone tells me like my aesthetic and like my style is
oh,
always very Persona kind of thing, and that I should play it.
you really should. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, not to be another
not to
person, just
nail another one on there.
I know, right? Yeah, Code Veronica, let's go, Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. Uh,
Excited for
I
it.
just there's too much. There's too
Yeah.
much, and
Well,
I
oh, did I lose you there? Hellion, you still there?
yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
my thing cut out for a second, but yeah, like there's just too much. There's too much.
Too
I'm
much, too
scared.
much. I feel you. Well, hopefully tonight we can get through at least some of it, so we can get a little more digestion there. But I think that
Hell yeah.
one of the things that you're absolutely right to point out is all the remakes. I do want to talk about that later on in the show, but I've got a whole section dedicated for that. So like that's definitely, I think the remake culture that we saw in these three events, I think is definitely something in and of itself to talk about. But because so much of it, the bulk of it was remakes, right? You really want to look at some of the original stuff, and even the original stuff that were here that I found the most interesting from this list was still derivative in some way. And the first one that I wanted to talk about here and take a look at, actually, there's not a way you're seeing my screen here. Let me share my screen with you so you can watch along with me.
Yeah, can you screen share through Discord, and then I'll just
There we go.
perfect. And let me pop that out and share it on my side too,
Okay.
so my peeps can get an eye on that. But
And I'll move into
yeah,
this.
Star Trek. Interesting.
Yes. Okay. So this is one that I heard. This was like I looked up, tried to see like some of the most highly anticipated. I've seen some of these trailers on a passing thing. There was definitely some on this list that I wanted to see for sure. But I wanted to start with just some of the general like new stuff that we've gone to. Then we're gonna go into Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. And kind of go through for there. But this is one of the first ones I wanted to bring on the list, which is Star Trek Shadow Frontier, which is, they said, is like a horror Star Trek game. I have no idea what to expect of that.
Okay, hold on. Let me before you play that, let me just get that pop out screen on my side here.
Yeah.
And Johnny, real quick in the chat. Did I see Andy Pants calling out Dead Domain in his Cope video about Game Fest? No, I did not. Oh my god. I'll have to watch that. Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Did Dead Domain cover it on stream? Or anything like that? I want to see that. That's hilarious. Real quick, let me just redo let me just re-get this. I'll have to watch that. Oh, get this Discord thing going. Sorry. Window capture. Yes. Okay. Discord. Yay, there we go. Okay, sorry guys. I'm flying. I'm flying by the seat of my
There we
pants over
go.
here.
Is there a way to
Alrighty.
do like a collaboration when you're doing a live stream like this on YouTube?
I have no clue. I'm the dumbest when it comes to this part of tubing.
I know. I'm trying to figure
I'm
it
a
out if
regular
there's a way.
tuber.
A regular tuber. Just
Yeah, but like a potato, not like
just a regular-
not like a competent.
just your average tuber. It ain't much, but it's
It
honest.
ain't
day's
much,
work.
but it's honest work.
Yeah. I can't figure it out right here.
Here now.
Okay, so can you hear though? Let me try.
Yeah. I can
Okay,
hear.
cool.
We're good.
All right, good. Just wanted to make sure. All right, let's check it out then. This is Star Trek
Trek, okay.
Shadow Frontier. Okay. Got some like tentacles over here.
Got a big fart.
Yeah. Lots of tentacles.
Oh, it's rather eldritch. Not what I would expect.
Right?
On the off chance you're hearing
It's like the Enterprise landed in the upside down.
Bloober.
I'm out there
This doesn't look like Star Trek at all.
in the dark.
Bloober. Are we doing Alien Isolation Star Trek type thing?
I can feel myself.
Kind of feels like it.
slipping. I think it might be too late. There is no.
Oh, the zero
coming
gravity's
back from
cool.
This time, you have to let me go. Ro, Lara.
Okay.
That is not going to happen.
Okay, had we not like seen like the YouTube video coming in, I would not have known it was Star Trek until that last little second with the pin. there.
pin.
Yeah, that looks sick.
I don't know much about Star Trek. I've seen like some of the movies. Oh, it stars a super niche Star Trek character, Johnny. So that character we saw at the end is like somebody who's in the universe. Because
Yeah.
I really don't know much about Star Trek. It seems cool, and I love the band Protest the Hero, and they
Yeah.
have a song about Star Trek versus Star Wars. So, I mean, but besides that, this just looks like, I mean, not what I would have expected in a
Right.
great way.
Yeah, no, that's a pleasant
I'm
surprise.
incredibly
I was
interested.
hoping for a little gameplay here with this one to kind of get a better idea of what it is. And it is crazy because we did get Alien Isolation 2 also announced here. That happened to be one of the trailers that I saw, and it's really literally like they show people going through like the thing, and then they just kind of go to the logo. So it's like a nothing burger trailer. You don't get much. This gives you actually more than
Right.
the Alien Isolation one did. But it is weird to kind of see like these kind of coming back in style. Like we have this Star Trek game, right? We have Alien Isolation 2. There's also an Alien game coming out that's another Rogue Squadron game. So
Whoa.
yeah, they're really going all in on the you know, franchised sci-fi horror games, right?
Yeah, I mean, interesting. And Bloober, I mean, you know, did you play Silent Hill 2? The remake that they did, it was great.
You actually do know Bloober a little. Their first game was Layers of Fear. Their most
Yeah,
well-known work
that's a
is
good
this-
one.
Okay, wow.
And they just did the Silent Hill 2 remake, which was like great.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Silent Hill fan. I mean, they did it right.
Yeah.
That's so interesting because they've also, like, I mean, in the past, they've been, you know, some people would probably say hit or miss on some stuff, but damn, this looks great.
Yeah,
Sign
this
me up.
guy. What I don't know enough about the Star Trek universe to be able to pick out what these are, but like this, the first thing I think of is like hive resin or like eggs or some shit like that. Like,
Oh,
this
dude,
is,
yes, thank you. I was literally about to say I'm getting Resident Evil 0 right there.
yeah.
Oh, Johnny, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. That's the best one. I'll have to check it out. My brother is into some Star Trek, so I got to check it out.
Yeah. That it definitely looks like super
See?
interesting. This is the Zero Gravity 2 is like something I haven't seen since Dead Space, and I love that.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, like I do love it. I love that. Yeah, so that was the first one up on our list, Star Trek Shadow Frontier. I thought that was a really interesting pick to see as like something else out there. I was hoping for, again, a little bit more gameplay, but you know, kind of they're really are leaning into that horror stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking though of horror,
Writer.
yeah.
Just one thing in the chat, writer. If they ever remade the House of Fata Morgana with Requiem included, would I want a remake of that? God, I would say yes, just to have it in the world. But I can't I can't play that game again. That's like a visual novel. That's like crazy. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one, Roos, but that's like that
Which
was
one?
wild. It's called The House of Fata Morgana. It's a visual novel. It's like it's a book basically.
Yeah.
It's quite good though. But yeah,
Interesting.
what do we got here now?
So,
Another-
so along those same lines of space corridors, right? Evidently, the games weren't the only thing announced at this Games Fest too. We also got a trailer for Among Us, but not in the way that we would expect.
Are they doing a show?
Emergency meeting.
Crewmates, our fellow mates of crew, have perished. They would have
Oh my God.
preferred to be alive.
Why are you talking so weird?
Let me
Yeah, but I
just
just don't understand why you're
seriously
saying
the
this.
correct
We're
way.
trying-
The official cause of death, acute ripping off of the face. One dead crewmate, that's an oopsie. But two makes me look like a bad leader. Now three makes it a murder mystery.
How are they
I know
even
that
doing
voice.
this?
One of us could be the killer.
It's no biggie.
Was it you?
Whoever smelt it dealt it rules. Interesting.
If only there was someone smart and capable who could take charge. Wow, that was a lot of screaming.
Green, blue, orange.
Elijah Wood?
Elijah Wood. Wow. Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt.
Phil Lamar.
And black. And I'm red.
Wow.
What's back there?
Oh, really?
They went through that cast quick.
We have to kill the imposter.
We're so happy to have
Ashley
you among
Johnson
us.
too,
Who
right.
isn't amongst us?
Damn.
I always forget.
You keep
Is
an eye
now
out for the
streaming?
killer, unless it's you. But it could be purple. Jeez, we
Well, I mean, it definitely keeps in with the theme that we saw at Summer Games Fest with the
I
space
probably
corridors.
won't check. I might not watch this honestly, but I would say if I saw an ad for this and I was like back when I was watching Nickelodeon and shit and
Hmm.
like Cartoon Network, like I would be so hyped for this.
I
Like
think so too.
first of, first of all, like that the cast is crazy. I love Patton Oswalt. He's one of
Right.
my favorite like comedians period of all time. Um yeah, apparently Johnny, the voice cast is pretty good and each episode is only like 10 minutes. See, I could I think I get it. I think I get it. I think I was a little confused at first, but I think I maybe understand. Each like
Yeah.
10-minute episode could be like a murder mystery vignette and it's
I mean, a 10
goofy,
minute episode
whatever.
seems enough to check out for me, but I
Yeah.
still am like, it's all over the place, right? Nothing really hit me like too hard in that,
No, yeah.
you know?
What's a little confusing too is there was like the gore in the beginning. I can't tell if this is like an adult show or a kids show. I think that's maybe where I'm a
Yeah.
little stuck too. It's like I don't really know who this is for. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I was a Nickelodeon kid still, I would be hyped on that. And I'm
Yeah.
sure the voice cast is gonna crush it. But wow, that wasn't what I was expecting.
Right. That one's a bit of a shocker. Um, okay. So this is the next one I wanted to look at too. This was one that crossed my Twitter feed. It's I haven't got a chance to kind of like watch it yet. I just saw kind of like the title here for an open co-op survival in the alien infested Nordic wilderness. That just
Oh,
had
that
enough.
sounds
I was like,
sick.
I literally just reposted it. Be like, I'm gonna watch this later.
Hey, I want to play
So
that. That just sounds
let's
sick.
check it out.
Cool. Love it
So it's
already.
like
Love
hyper
the
realistic.
fog.
Yeah.
We're doing Silent Hill. And what's this? What's this large looming object?
It's giving what's it? What's that recent one with the underground people, mole people, and the bots, the clankers?
A
I played it.
game?
Yeah, I played it. Yeah, Arc Raiders.
Oh,
It's giving Arc Raiders.
oh, Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
That's such a funny way to describe it. Yo, ooh. That enemy design was kind of cool. Whoa, what?
That was a weird camera angle.
Oh,
You
yeah,
got like
we love our little
control
dashy
abilities. It's definitely
jumps.
yeah. I'm getting a lot of control from this too.
I loved Control. God. Interesting. That looks cool.
Yeah.
These devs are from Sweden. Cool, writer. What? Cool. Interesting. This looks like a multiplayer game with like
Yeah.
some interesting stuff going on.
Oh, it just like reset the world. Okay. I bet you. I feel like it's gonna be like something where like this is a way to reset the map to make like continual gameplay
Oh.
loops in some way. I don't know what that's gonna be. Like if it's like making new bases or whatnot. But like look, they're in a completely different area here, right? You plug it in.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it turned into like that stonier place. Wow, this looks interesting. Let's go, Kermit.
Yeah.
Work done. Welcome. Glad to have
Right.
you here, buddy. Whoa. I
This
don't
is
know.
cool.
I don't know. I can't tell what it is, but that looks cool.
Yeah.
Control is awesome. Johnny said Control is awesome though. You're a little sad that Control 2 isn't Jesse again. Yeah, I'm with you. I kind of don't really care about her brother.
Yeah. I
I
feel
don't
that.
know. I'm still gonna play the shit out of it. You
Yeah.
know, the vibe was so right on that
Mm.
first Control game.
Yeah.
It was delectable. What a
No,
treat. This looks sick though.
Yeah, this is giving that same thing too. I think that there's like elements of like the supernatural powers that you have there too, and like classic gun gameplay. I think we saw like this. It was a kind of a successful formula for Arc Raiders. So if this is a game where you're able to, kind of get that same thing, I can imagine it being pretty successful.
It looks multiplayer. I mean, if
Yeah.
it comes out, like, I would play this if it comes out. We should definitely play this shit.
Yeah, we should. We should. We should. Okay.
I don't know if it shows the brain rot, but the graphics give Sons of the Forest. That I was thinking of that game, Ryder. I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah.
Sons of the Forest keeps on coming up in my conversations. This is I'm gonna need to check that out. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't played it either. It looks cool though.
So now I wanted to get into a little bit of like the nitty gritty here, right? With some of these
Let's
different
go,
ones,
baby.
right? So we gotta start talking about the big three: Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. Now, I think the easiest one to start off with first is going to be Sony. There's one trailer that I haven't gotten a chance to see yet. I haven't got a chance to react yet, and I think it's probably the only game that I really care about from that Sony showcase that we haven't both already equally seen, right?
Okay,
Which
okay.
is gonna be Marvel's Wolverine. I
Oh,
hadn't
yeah,
gotten a chance to check
interesting.
this out. I've seen what was supposedly leaked footage, and haven't heard crazy great things online. So we'll see.
All right, yeah, let's crack into it. Are you an X-Men fan?
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
Definitely
This
an
is gonna
X-Men
be-
fan.
All right, I'm interested. Okay, let's see.
All right. It's
got
it's at
Berserker
least much
Barrage,
bloodier
that's
than Spider-Man,
Yeah,
which it needed to be.
looks- Yeah.
I think this gives us a little bit of gameplay too.
Let's see if we
This
can
looks
find
like
the one that got
Endgame.
away. Redhead. Might be our only lead.
Yeah, Ryder. I like the old school costume too, and I like his shoulder hair. As a guy with shoulder hair, I like feeling
He's
seeing like
in the
this.
industrial park.
All right, let's search the area.
This is an Insomniac game too. I
Yeah,
think, right?
Yeah, just like the people that did Spider-Man.
Stable. Holding
Yeah.
position.
Ryder, let me see the cake.
Okay. Juicy. Juicy.
Shit.
He just one-shots everybody.
Whoa, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's. Wow, cool. Not really what I expected.
I think it looks much more stealth than Spider-Man, which is, I mean, like,
I know people have
I don't know.
opinions on that.
yeah.
I see. I don't care. I don't have like feelings on the character, so I'm like, this
Oh,
looks cool.
that was cool
That's
though.
sick. That's sick. Come on, that's cool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play this shit. That combat looks clean.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's a bloody boy. Zero out of 10. Wolverine isn't a short king. Is he not short enough for you in this game?
What do you mean? He looks short as hell to me. Look at them little ass arms.
He can be shorter, but he's looking short. He's looking stumpy. We love it. He's supposed to be 5'3". Okay, he doesn't look 5'3".
Yeah, I don't know about that. Whoa. Who do we have there? Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can
The
pause
green
this.
guy?
Yeah, who's this?
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like,
Okay. It looks like okay,
Aliens?
this looks like Toad back here with the goggles though. Right?
oh, okay.
And we've got fucking Deborah Wilson in here.
He's in everything.
She's in every game.
got-
I
you
love
gotta
her.
put
She's
her in.
great. She's fantastic. I have no problems with her. I can't tell who this dude is in the back here. But then, yeah, I don't know who
As somebody who grew up with Mad
Slimy.
TV, I like Deborah Wilson. So
I can't. Everyone has to remind me constantly that she was in Mad TV as well, and then I'm like, holy shit, that's where I know her from.
Yeah,
Ah,
man. That was I loved Mad TV growing up. I loved that shit.
foundational. Okay, we'll see where this goes.
All right, let's see Logan. Let's see Buddy.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying stealth, but he was like stealth for like
Oh.
26. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
Yo.
Who is
Is
this?
that like Psylocke?
That's
or
Jean
something?
Grey?
Jesse. It's Jesse from Control. What the fuck? Yo. Yeah, Jean Grey. You're right, Ryder.
Yeah.
However, it is Jesse from Control. They
Yeah, it just looks like her. Yeah, we were just talking about her.
It's wild.
Jean, is that you? Don't worry. You're not going anywhere.
All right, let's see. We can see the team up play. Cool.
Okay.
Berserker Barrage. There
Right.
we go. That's what I'm talking about.
What's this longhorn symbol in the corner here? What does this mean?
Oh, hook 'em horns.
I guess, right? Jeez.
Yo, this is
Are the other people supposed to fight back at all? Do they ever stand a chance at all? Like, no, there we go. Someone lands a shot.
There it is. There it is. No, this looks fun. And I mean, the Spider-Man combat was clean as shit. This is good. This is
oh, juicy.
my goodness.
Oh, in the throat.
Yo, my
I don't think
gosh.
she's gonna block that one off.
I kind of can't really believe this is a Marvel game, honestly. This is so graphic. I mean, wow. Wow. I didn't know that I didn't know they just did I didn't know they just did
I love
murdering.
how half of them are like have robo limbs anyways, like they already had a run-in with Wolverine.
Oh, is that what's going on there?
Like a bunch of them do. Oh, that was a weird skip.
All right.
Okay.
I'm into this.
We got a motorcycle. We got motorcycle rides. All right, all right.
Yeah, this is great. This is just like action movie junk food right here. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
Sign me up.
Yep. This has got kind of
Yeah,
like
right,
an
I guess-
Uncharted feel to it, like more so
Oh,
than
yeah, it kinda
Spider-Man,
does.
right?
I wonder if you're in Canada or some shit, like, and that's why you got, because like it's kind of giving me that.
Yeah. Well, like you couldn't
Canadian
get
lager
this kind of
wilderness.
shit with Spider-Man, right? Like the whole dynamicism that you have here with the like jumping back and forth between the carts, right? Like Spider-Man would just be swinging around this, right? Like,
Well, right.
and
I mean,
that like takes
in the-
so much
he's
of
in
the
city.
like action of it out, right?
Yeah. He's in the city. Yeah, and yeah, like you said, yeah, he could do too much in a way. But like,
Whoa!
yeah, this is cool.
He's got like the traitor from the Star Wars like thing going on.
Oh yeah. From Jedi Outcast.
Oh God! Look, you can see the adamantium bone. Look at this! Look at this! Look at this!
That's cool.
Is that like, are you like having to force heal there for a second? What's?
Oh,
Yeah.
his like accelerated healing.
Yeah, look at this.
That's pretty
Oh
crazy.
my God!
Yeah, that's cool.
You can see the top of his skull
that.
there. Okay, so he's gonna. I bet you he's gonna heal his fucking mask back up too, though. Yep. See, look, his suit's back to
Yeah.
normal too. Ooh.
Yo, this game is crazy.
Right, hit him in the squishy spot.
Yeah, right. Or Deadpool and Blade really set the tone for R-rated Marvel stuff. Yeah. You're
It is
right.
Final Destination to that dude.
Yeah, that was crazy. Dude, oh shit, that's wild.
Oh,
That's
no.
wild. That's crazy.
Oh, that's cool. How are people complaining
this is-
about this?
Yeah, honestly,
Ugh.
I mean, people just nitpick about shit. Like, it's so like this looks sick. I don't even like. I don't even care about like the X-Men necessarily. This just looks awesome. It's like awesome a game.
Let's get you guys out of here.
Are you a superhero?
Why does his voice sound like that? Are you a superhero?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
I'll
in.
play.
I'm in. Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Love how
Look at
hairy he
Omega
is.
Red!
Oh, Sabretooth? Or yeah, Omega Red. That's right.
Sentinels!
That's who that is.
That's the hand? Sabretooth?
That's Sabretooth.
Oh.
Some folks can't wait to die.
Oh, look at that retro costume. I'm
Yo.
in. I'm in. Sold. Sold.
All right, see,
I'm a
this is
sucker.
what I wanted. I wanted to hear from you because you like Wolverine and stuff, and I know people have the complaint. Well, people are. From what I've heard, you tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I know people have said they don't like that it's stealthy, or at least, I mean, I guess we've only really seen like that, right?
I
So-
mean, that was the thing that I heard a lot. I heard it was stealthy, and I think that if this is what we got for the gameplay, like, look, this is the bit of stealth that they do here. They do like 3 stealth kills here at the beginning, right?
yeah,
And then he goes
I
full
mean-
like berserker after that. Like these
yeah.
all one-shot kills. That's gotta be like a double KO like thing.
I just can't believe like they just really said put the Mortal Kombat on it. Like
Yeah.
they really just that's crazy.
The blood does look crazy though. If you actually like look at it coming out, it looks like it looks a little wild.
They put a lot of work into that.
Yeah. I think it's kind of ridiculous how his suit cleans himself though, like pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Boom.
But again, it's like compared to like what like I'm gonna play this game and have a good time. I'm gonna be like, whatever, his suit repairs.
Yeah.
I can suspend my disbelief to do this. Yeah,
Oh
Metal
my
Gear has
gosh.
stealth sections, but most people focus on the
Is
action
that
aspect.
is
See,
that
I'm a
the case?
stealther.
I thought that you're supposed to, if you were doing Metal Gear, you had to do stealth. Like I felt like that was
think
one
it
of the
depends.
hardest ones that like you couldn't get past without doing stealth. That's what I
It
felt like,
depends
or
if
I'm
you
just
know the
bad.
if you know the sacred cheese, then it's not the hardest. But I always just play those games stealthy because that's just the game.
Yeah, yeah,
And I come from the survival horror where it's just, you know, I'm very don't use my ammo, don't get into the, you know, find ways around things when you can.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sold into this. Like, I think X-Men is
That's cool.
one of the properties that I don't think has gotten enough attention from video games. Yes, the X-Men has gotten some games, but like there's so much in the X-Men universe that you to play with. So many beloved characters. You could make spin-off games of some of like the smaller characters in the X-Men universe, and and absolutely has success. So like you kind of have to start with Wolverine. I don't always like feeling like we have to start with Wolverine, but it is kind of the case. I do say that like you got to do it well, right? Because I want to see the rest of the
Yeah.
X-Men get a game, and we don't want to X-Men Origins Wolverine this situation, right? Where Wolverine just fucks it up for everybody else, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think that's gonna be. I think whatever, you know, people complain about shit way too early before they play anything, and they go, like, people will get this game, I'm sure, and like it looks to be quality. Insomniac already has a track record. with
Insomniac has
great
not
games.
missed, you know?
Yes, I don't think they're just all of a sudden gonna be like putting out shit combat, like making the wrong decisions.
Right.
I mean, here he goes.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
we're gonna be going crazy.
Eaten. All right, so this was one of the bigger ones of PlayStation. The
I'm
one-
in. Is the general consensus positive to that, or is it like
I don't know.
mixed?
I haven't see. I've been trying to stay away from this. I wanted to kind
Yeah.
of get into it when I got into it, but the passing
Yeah.
judgment that I got onto it was like people being like, it seems kind of mid. But this was still revered as one of the high points of the Sony State of Play. So
Okay.
the other one, of course, being the one that we are kind of familiar with, and I think that we could just kind of talk over this trailer because we've kind of both seen the God of War Lao Fei trailer. It's kind of been a big controversy amongst everybody else. I mean, like for those of you who are unaware,
It's the culture right now.
right? There's new God of War game was announced, and it is God of War Lao Fei. It's going to be focused on Kratos' wife in the Everywen, which is an afterlife of the gods, and
Sounds
Yeah.
sick. Like conceptually, I'm already in.
right. No, I mean like seeing just some of the gods that they're even talking about, and just I mean honestly, like what at first I was like, look, Kratos is big. He is important for me when it comes to God of War. But then I was like, let's see the trailer. And then I started seeing like, some of these other gods in there and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? I realize now what pulls me into God of War has always been the scenery and has always been like the how they bring mythology to life. that I'm interested in enough too. They did introduce a gelatinous cube as like the cute side character, like Quaid
down.
Cube. I don't know about Quaid Cube. That's he does seem a little annoying. I'm just not a big fan even of is it Dennis Quaid or David Quaid, whichever one, the kid, the guy from The Boys.
Yeah,
Little
yeah,
Quaid,
yeah.
Quaid Jr., right? I don't know. He gives too much of like nerdy nepo baby vibes to me that I just every time I can't disassociate. And he's gonna be like a gelatinous cube from D&D. It just I don't know, man. Those kind of that is I will say that is one of my legitimate complaints that I have here with it. But
Yeah.
the
I'm generally against quirky sidekicks, but there is something about I don't know. I just like a gelatinous cube. I'm a sucker for anything that's a little strange. So I'm down for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like seeing it just like cube around the battlefield brings me some joy.
Okay, well,
I'm not gonna lie.
maybe
I
the
don't know
cube
why.
doesn't bother you, but I think the big thing that bothered most of the troglodytes online was the fact that yet again we've got another female protagonist here, and they've cucked Kratos for a woman.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a shame. I did say like once I was diving into some of the complaints about this, as I was telling you earlier, a lot of them were complaining about the fact that it's not that we're playing a female protagonist, right? Because they said another game, which we're about to look at next, they didn't feel the same way about which stars a female protagonist, right?
Right.
But it's the fact that she's that they say that Deborah Ann Wool here is not hot enough for them. They said that she's been uglified to fit the male gaze. And one, Deborah Ann Wool is just like conventionally an attractive person. Let's just start off with that. I'm not going to sit here and goon over her, like, but she is a conventionally attractive woman. Period. Right. But the uglified to male the gaze. I mean, what this is the problem with hyperrealism, and people are like, oh, I don't like to see hyperrealistic women in video games because now all of a sudden we're gonna see like they look hyperrealistic, and they're having to see what women look like. I don't know without makeup on, and these incels have never seen a woman without makeup on.
I mean, to that point, like, I think a big thing with all of it too is less than it even being like, is this person attractive or not? Like, automatically, it says something so much about like how deeply ingrained these patriarchal standards are in our society when, like, before there's any conversation about any of the gameplay elements, it's like, does this woman meet the visual expectations? Like, am I sufficiently satisfied with this person on the screen? Whether it's saying like she is or isn't hot, it's like instantly that's like the first like thing. And I think that is just like so indicative of just like, this is the society that we live in that's based around such patriarchal stuff. I think it's so good to have a game where you can play as a woman. First of all, there's so many reasons why it's a good thing, but I think the thing that they never talk about, the reason why this stuff even happens, right, is gaming is a part of capitalism, and like the male market in games is dominant, like it's tapped out. Like you can keep making games that appeal to men, but you will they're going to hit the limit on what they can make, who gets. But now meanwhile there's a whole market of people who are interested in being brought into the fold, and grifters complain about it being some woke initiative, anything like this. No, it's literally the function of capitalism.
Yeah,
that
it
they
is.
want to bring in more people with money.
Exactly. I mean, over 50%
to
of
pay for the game.
It's like over half of the gaming market do identify as female, and that's because the gaming market expanded into like casual games as well, right? Like
Right.
phone games, right? Like the access to games has become very, very broad, despite the fact that, you know, consoles are kind of on a death spiral.
Right.
So like, and here's the thing too, is that like having a female protagonist doesn't exclude you from having a male audience for a lot of gamers. It's just these sect of gamers that feel this way. So if you're saying like, hey,
Well,
we're gonna
that's
pull
correct.
pull in women, and we can pull in sensible like dudes that are not gonna give a fuck about the fact that there's a female protagonist, then
And it's
that's
not
a
even
bigger
the sensible
demo.
dudes. They're gonna pull in the grifters too. This is
Yeah.
God of War. They
Yeah.
are already gonna pull in everybody.
Right.
It's not even a question for them.
Right.
Like, why wouldn't they do this? Of course they're gonna do this. Writer, great point. Oh, so first, Marky Buckingham, welcome. Great to see you here. Is the main character mother of
48,
Atreus or some other?
4. Wow, I didn't know that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Oh no, you're totally good. I think it's isn't that Kratos's isn't it some relation to Kratos?
What?
That's not his the main character, right?
The,
Is it
Lauf- yes,
Kratos'
it's
wife?
Kratos' wife. Yeah, but they
Yeah,
talk.
okay.
So, did you play God of War 4?
Not 4. I've played the first 3 and the PSP ones. I'm
Gotcha.
an old head, so
Well, yeah,
you know.
but yeah, you know, so like when he comes back, like
But yeah.
the kind of the thing in God of War 4 is that like when he does come back, we're like, how do you come back? Because if you play 3, it's like, well, he had a very like very
story.
definitive ending there, right? Like it was
Yeah.
kind of a point to that.
Yeah.
And like they spend pretty much God of War 4 kind of telling you why he came back or how he came back and all of that stuff. And his wife is a big part of that. Spoiler alert for those who don't who are still trying to get through God of War 4, but you find out in the end that his wife is Laufey or Loki in Norse mythology, that they kind of like have painted Laufey in a kind of a like essentially like the Norse propaganda and making him like this big evil villain and a male character was all just like kind of like the story that they wanted to tell kind of thing.
Right. Right.
So, you know, and in God of War 4, like God of War 4 is already, it starts after she's already been dead.
Right.
So like even that this funeral scene that we see here in the beginning, like we've only seen like we knew this had happened, but like this is before they start God of War 4. This is before he goes hunting on that first thing. This is before God of War Ragnarok even.
Right.
So like she's definitely talked about. She's in some certain scenes. Like Deborah Ann Wool has been in God of War before. Like this is definitely a canonized character in the God of War universe.
Yeah.
And I think that there's also like the fact that like Faye was a huge character in the last God of War Ragnarok. She actually fights alongside you in certain ones. And so a lot of people were like, if you did a female protagonist, it feels like Faye would be the next one that you would do it, not on this character. But I think that giving the thing that makes Laufey the most interesting to me is the fact that she's exploring the Everywhen, which is kind of this new place that they're inventing. Like, where do gods go when they die? And
it looks sick. The environments look so. I mean, like that's what's got me so excited.
Yeah, that is something that I am super duper interested in exploring when it comes to this game. And I do think that like, you know, it's just one of those circumstances that has proved a lot of the disingenuous scripts. I don't know if God of War is going to make as much with this one as it's had in the last one, because there are a big chunk of its audience that I do think placates to that male power fantasy kind of vibe. And that is where like incels flock to. So like, this is, you know, it's kind of saying like, hey, if there was one that could kind of suffer from the quote unquote wokeifications, it would be a game franchise like this.
Possibly, but I would say the other side of that is, I mean, like, look at your Stellar Blades, right? And now, granted, that is like the character is completely designed for you know, the male ideal or whatever.
Let's go ahead and get into it, because that was one that was going to be.
I know there's
on the
another
list, too.
one.
Yeah.
I know there's another one.
Yeah.
Oh, writer, real quick, writer. This I wanted to say. I wanted to actually bring that up. You said this to me feels a similar voice that Senua does. Hellblade.
Senua?
Did you ever play that game?
No, I have
did you
not.
I highly recommend Hellblade. Yes.
Oh, Hellblade? Or
I
I was thinking Senua.
Hellblade. It's called Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Oh.
And it's very good. It's another, you're exploring the afterlife. You're a woman
Oh,
with
I
think she
remember
has
seeing that
psychosis.
one. I do remember seeing that one. Like I remember like
It's
yeah.
fantastic.
Okay. Okay.
Fantastic. Do highly recommend that. And I just wanted to, yes, writer, I'm with you 100%. It does have that feel to it.
Mhm.
Hammer 0512, what's happening? Yo to you. Thank you for coming by.
Welcome in, Hammer. Yeah, so
All
you
right,
were
so
you
we
were
got the
talking
new
a little bit
Stellar
about
Blade.
yeah, we were talking a little bit about Stellar Blade because this was it presented in a contrast to God of War Laufey, where they were saying like this was before we get too far off of God of War Laufey, I will say like
Yeah.
the one criticism I will say is that like I do think that overall this reveal was lackluster. You start off this is a 23-minute gameplay footage. And it
Yeah,
starts
that's a
off
lot.
if you're watching this like we watched it already when we watched it in our own time, but you don't get to any action and to see what these fight mechanics are like until 8 minutes into the trailer. Or no, you get some of it right back here, and I'm kind of no, you just get her grabbing armor off of shit, and it goes very very slow. Even in this first fight scene here, she's fucking fighting flowers, right? And so like to me, like I love God of War, and I don't care that she's fighting flowers, but like it's like
Right.
if you want to sell this character as like as brutal as Kratos, maybe not start off with her fighting fucking flowers, right? Like give her something fucking a little bit more bulky to fight, right? She could do this in the main game, but like, you know, give her something that's going to be a little bit more impressive, especially after we just saw like fucking Wolverine fucking shredding people to, you know, doing all that kind of shit, right? Oh, look,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Asmongold already
100%.
pissed
I
off
mean,
about it.
oh, that's so funny. Yo, I do. Yeah, I get that. It's like probably they could have rolled it out in a better way or whatever. You
Yeah.
know,
And,
but
and then
ultimately,
the cube was the other part of my complaints with that. Like you
yeah,
have the
yeah,
cube and you have the cute critter combo here, which feels like I mean, dude, that's starting to feel like the same combo that we saw in Star Wars Outlaws. I like these games. I play these games, right? These tropes don't bother me, but I know that it's a pattern that these Hoglodites have identified, and they're gonna lock onto it. And I
Oh, I
don't think
love
that
Hoglodites.
and I don't think
That's
that I
amazing.
know, right? It's a good one. You can borrow that one.
I love that.
But like it's like they will identify that pattern and then they'll point to it being a problem with the game when it's not a problem. We have to deal with this kind of like phantom thing. And I think that like when there's a little bit of it where it's like you know that pattern exists, you know that they're gonna look for it. You could avoid that by doing like to making things some simple steps. And they do like by the end here, this fight's fucking brutal. Like this fight shows me like, okay, cool, we're gonna get some fun stuff here, other than the fucking cube shit that's going on. But like like so they had the potential to do that from the beginning. I do think that there was a point
Yeah.
of like the presentation that they gave her not putting her off on the right foot, right?
Right. Well, it's interesting. You know, I'm very interested to see how well this game does. Like, I think it's gonna show us like it'll show us a couple things, right? Like, if they add these characters in, and like, you know, these are the characters that the Hoglodites, again, I love that word. If these are the characters that the Hoglodites love to complain about the most, but they do have some sort of you know, appeal to new players and it expands their market.
Yeah.
Again, the issue won't be the developers of the game or yada yada. It's literally just the market.
Yeah.
It's what capitalism dictates. You put it in this game and it will make things better. And I always just wish that these guys, instead of complaining about these things that are obviously symptoms of capitalism, they would just complain about capitalism a little more. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like, okay, complain about your game. Okay.
Right.
Go ahead. Be mad that it's a lady now.
Right.
But be mad that it's a lady because capitalism has taken away your ability to have the game you want.
Yeah, to have a niche
Because
thing, right? To have something that markets to just a specific audience instead of a broader audience because it's got to increase its market share. That's where you should be
Right,
pointing your anger at. You're right.
and even if I think your complaint is ultimately stupid and like you're like, I don't want to play as a girl. If you can point that towards capitalism, that would be great. Now, the other part that I think is very interesting on all this too is it does, you know, I mean, it just shows that all of this stuff is disingenuous.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I just want to say, I wish they would complain about capitalism. I just wish they would
I
complain
wish
about
they would too. Instead, they're complaining about it being a female character leading this, and they're like, "Hey guys, it's not it being a female character, right? Because we love Stellar Blade, right? Stellar Blade's great. Their thing in Stellar Blade's fantastic. So let's look at Stellar Blade real quick and see what they think is much better about Stellar Blade."
The outer circle line train bound for Nexus sector is now arriving. Please wait for everyone to exit before boarding.
It's got a real lo-fi vibe on this like trailer here. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like the beat in the background. Writer, I like a rant incoming. We like to hear that.
Yes. I'm gonna read it when you put it up here, man.
Evie.
Friend, I don't know. Writers. I don't know your pronouns.
I'm listening.
Oh my god.
The Scarlet Sin. That's the beginning and end of it all.
Yeah, I heard they made the character. They made like it be a younger character, younger looking character. Yeah.
Oh yeah? It's our
They
first
knew they had
mission
to.
in a while.
They knew they had to
Are you
one up it
excited?
with something. And it was make her younger.
Okay.
Yes,
take it easy.
Ajax. Ass mold and Andy Pants are capitalism agents, 100%.
Yes.
Initiating C3 sync.
Boss
Ready.
fight, what's up? Thank you for joining us.
Roger, Kenna. Tracking.
Okay, I will say though the graphics look amazing.
Graphics look amazing.
Let's just put it out there. The ray tracing, the water, everything, the textures on here. I've never seen a game that I think like this. I don't know how this makes Cyberpunk look like PS4. You know, like so that is one thing that I'll say just right off the bat just sticks out to me.
Doors closing.
Yes, writer, you're right on the money.
The same people that complained about having older women as a main character, look at this. Effectively prep for Lolicon as the main protagonist. Yeah, this is fine, motherfuckers. You can't have both. Otherwise, the Lolicon shit will stick to you. I mean, I agree.
How's it looking out there?
As we were, as I think, Hellion, you were saying, the thing that's, I think, the most disgusting about this is that, like, they specifically talked about the fact that they went back after their first initial screenings of the game character, of the design, and they went back and they said that they made her look younger intentionally.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, I will say that literally today, the creator of Stellar Blade has responded to the backlash because there's been a lot of people out there that's been saying essentially the same thing, that this is kind of like prep for a Lolicon main protagonist, you know, kind of thing. And he said that there's a very specific reason why she looks that way. And I'm like, well, you know,
Kojima, don't you do this.
Right. There's a very specific reason. It's like, we know the specific fucking reason. And they were saying like, it's like a story reason. And it's like, okay, well, like, at this point, it's hard to believe you. Like you have to understand that like if there's like something you want to like hold off for the audience, like, oh, you got to kind of trust me, bro, on this one. You've got to give us a little bit more reason to trust you, bro, on it, right? Because like I have no reassurance that this is not Lolicon prep.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, we know what it is, and the thing that I always find funny with them is they want to have the character look younger and still be like sexualized, and there's always an excuse for like the sexualization, and it is very Kojima like. As much as I love Metal Gear Solid games, it reminds me so much of when people were like, yo, Kojima, why does this character like basically nude? Like you just wanted a goon, didn't you? And he was like, his response on Twitter, I believe, I'm gonna paraphrase it, but it's it's my favorite quote. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time. He's basically yeah, this is, oh my God, I can't do this.
That was jiggle physics on like a fucking teenager. Not even a teenager, preteen.
His tweet with the quiet was like, there's an in-story reason that Quiet doesn't wear clothes. And once you find out what that is, you're going to be hanging your heads in shame. Like, they literally think it's like, you're the fucking freak. Like, yeah, she needs to breathe through those no clothes. So,
Yeah.
you fucking idiot. There's always like a
Yeah.
reason.
I don't know. I mean, maybe all of that skin suit is just a robot thing, and then she pops out and she looks like that fucking like toy monstrosity from like Toy Story. Like, remember when like Sid had like the different toys that were all messed
Yeah.
up, and he had that one with like the baby doll head that was
do.
like on the. Everyone remembers that one, right? Like that. Maybe that's what.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's just underneath her neck. There is just the big like thing, and she's just yeah. And then it's just a baby.
Yeah.
Then it's just a baby faced head on a spider bot that's piloting a real doll.
Yeah, like it's always some weird shit like that. And yes, Ajax, like Quiet actually has to breathe through her skin. So you are the weird one, actually. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's always like clearly this is the outlet for whatever your your weird fixation is.
Yeah. It's
And
giving, you know what it's giving? It's giving like the people that defend poor things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the Emma Stone thing, right?
That's a wild movie.
It
Yeah.
is a wild movie. I saw it and then I was like, I see why people have major, massive problems with this fundamentally. And like there is a serious problem that we I mean, I think it's making it obvious with like stuff like Poor Things and like this. Like there is an clearly what the incels and the Hoglodites want is they want to infantilize women. And this is a way of doing that. It's an infantilization of women in the same way that like God of War being played as Kratos is a power fantasy for them. It allows them to live in the fantasy where they can be infantilized like this.
That's a good point. Yeah, yeah. I could definitely see that. Like in the same way that patriarchy builds that their desire to be the strong man, it also makes them desire to see, okay, if there is a woman on the screen, they should only be to my specification.
Yeah.
And they should allow me to infantilize her, whatever I need to project onto her.
Yeah.
Right? It's very much like a blank slate of a human, and the less complex the character, the better.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Like,
you know, like it's this
you know-
perspective that inherently assumes that the person who's having that perspective has more authority than the person that they're talking about, right? Like is superior to the person they're talking about, right? Like you can't infantilize someone and make them to your specifications if you don't believe that you are inherently better than like men are better than women,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah, oh, 100%. And I think also like I don't know what the story of this game is going to be when we come out, but like, I would venture to guess that the story of this protagonist in this game is not going to be like complex in the same way that like the story of La Fey would be, right? Because you're talking about elements and things like La Fey looks like a game where things might be looked at through more of a female perspective, just as even part of the narrative structure of the game, not as like you're going to interpret things more feminine this way, but you're literally playing as a woman who's going to have a woman's perspective on different events in the game, on different relationships, right? Even even as we look at gods in these tales and how like incredibly misogynistic they are, and how typically these gods are just doing things to fulfill their own needs,
Yeah.
or wants, right? This to me, again, we'll see what this game is. Maybe it's going to have some insane story that's like super deep, but I would feel like we're going to be seeing more important stories being told through a game like La Fey versus a game like Stellar Blade here. And the graphics look cool, like even just on an aesthetic level, like as cool as this is, I've seen it a little bit before for La Fey, like it's something new in some ways. There's some color palette things that I really appreciate as a creative, but there's so much with these games. I mean, I will say the one thing that can be said for them, the Stellar Blade games, they've certainly caused cultural discussion. Whether that's
they
a
have.
good or bad thing,
They
you
certainly
know.
have caused some cultural discussion. That's for sure. Although
know.
I think the real cultural discussion, though, like that kind of gives us a little bit of taste of what Sony was putting out there for their side of it. But I think the real cultural discussion is kind of on the massive shift that we've seen in the console war dynamics here, because this Sony came out, that there was a decent showing for Sony, but Xbox came out and just absolutely swept the fucking floor. Now, for some context here, Summer Game Fest comes as both Xbox and Nintendo have gotten themselves some fancy new female leadership, right? Devin Pritchard is taking over as just recently taken over as the new COO of Nintendo of America, and Asha Sharma has now taken over as the CEO of Xbox. And when Asha Sharma came out as the new CEO of Xbox, the incels and Hoglodites were fucking just shrieking, "This is the end of Xbox. This woman's gonna ruin it," right? And
Yeah, the business that was famously doing fucking terribly, like for
Yeah.
years before she came in. It's
And-
like, oh yeah.
here's the thing. This is what's happened after Games Fest. Grumps, of course, on the announcement that Asha Sharma was going to be moved to SEO, Xbox is fucked just a few days ago. Were we wrong about her? So that just shows you just how well Xbox did in this Summer Game Fest, that it's changed Grum's opinion on,
For real.
you know, the CEO of Xbox, right? Now,
That's impressive.
yeah, there's a couple of reasons though that Asha particularly killed it. For starters, during the Xbox Fan Fest in Los Angeles, Sharma announced that every attendee with a fan badge, not a press badge, a fan badge, would receive the newly unveiled Xbox Series X 25 limited edition console for free. I don't know if you'd seen this. 25
No.
Xbox.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it's a
That's-
sexy looking console. Let me see. I can show you. It's just got such a great nostalgic trailer here.
Yeah. Is this like their classic console reboot thing? Okay.
It's a 1 minute 21 trailer. I'll let you check it out.
All right. Alrighty.
Because like you're not wrong, but like it's different.
Huh.
It's sexy. That's a sexy looking Xbox to me.
They're taking the Shrek route. Full green. No
Well,
one
they're
can
going
resist
with
it.
they're going with the clear case. I'm a sucker for a clear case. Come on, I knew you had that translucent Game Boy.
Look at that. Oh yeah. We gotta have that. Come on.
Okay, it's just basically more of that. So after that fucking badass trailer dropped, fucking Xbox came in with Asha came out and told everybody that everyone with a fan badge would receive the newly unveiled Xbox 25 for free.
That's cool. That's cool.
And that, which is a console, that console doesn't even release until November of 2026. So November of this year.
That's pretty.
So all of them
that's
got it
pretty
ahead of
good.
time. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? That's
Johnny's
gonna make a
with
lot of
you
people
on the
happy.
Clear plastic.
Yes, that's good. There we go. I got another clear plastic guy.
Come on.
Now that also goes that she's had a particularly strong community focus too, right? Since taking over in February 2026, Sharma has focused on listening to player feedback, which includes discontinuing the divisive "This is an Xbox" ad campaign and reducing the price of Xbox Game Pass to Ultimate. What's even wilder is that while, you know, the other thing is that she got to be there for. She's at least overseen the release of some really crazy good exclusives that really kind of stole the show for Xbox. One of them being this one right here.
This is the Coalition Emergency Broadcast System. There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Kelowna.
Stay sharp. Don't let them surround you.
There should be more guns in the trunk.
Here, strap these on.
This isn't enough.
We should still head to the police
They
station.
look so thin.
We're gonna have more firepower.
I was gonna say, I didn't even realize those were the Gears of War's characters. for a
Right?
minute.
Shoot, move, and watch for civilians.
This is before they got fucking jacked.
Oh, is this a prequel?
This is a prequel, yeah. This is E-Day. Immersion Day. Or
Wow, this is
Emerge
pretty
Day,
sick.
yeah.
Ground opening.
I will say, like, okay, there we go. It's like, he looks a little chunky
is.
with the pistol. He's like,
Yeah, it is.
Aha.
Yeah. Just using the pistol is kind of
Right.
hilarious for Gears of War.
if we don't have a chainsaw on the front of this gun, though,
You know it'll be there. There's no way.
it'll be like the origin of it.
Yeah.
Something big, like huge crab figures picking up through the street.
Oh, Johnny, she lowered Game Pass and terminated the AI integration. Snaps.
Yeah.
I might get back on Game Pass then. Shit.
Let me see what I can do.
I mean, they definitely got, like, some Bowie knives in the front of them.
Yeah.
The guns are so fucking meaty in Gears of War.
No, it's just so funny. It's so of a time.
Right.
I do appreciate it.
Right. Makes you want to grab, like, a Monster energy drink.
No, for real.
Oh my god, I remember those. Oh,
Cool.
shit.
Target surface. Open fire.
The Locusts do look thinner, too.
Everybody beefed up over those years.
I know, right? Okay, those are more
Game
like
Pass
the Locusts that
Ultimate?
we'd seen.
You saying Game Pass Ultimate, Johnny? I'll get back on it. I used to have Game Pass. I stopped for a little bit though. But I really want to play the new Forza.
I'll tell you, though, I don't understand why nobody else kind of got, like, the corner coverage mechanics that Gears of War did so well. Like, why didn't anybody else, like, kind of, like, start doing that? I love that, like,
Yes,
You know?
I know. Well, that's another thing that's like of the era too. I feel like there was like so many more games that were doing that, like Army of Two and shit.
yeah.
Through here.
Yeah, Ajax, this does look pretty sweet. I'm not even like a huge Gears guy. I like the originals. Like I played the first two in high school, and I liked them. But this actually interests me more than like those ones. I think.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you lot come from?
We heard your distress call.
Well, you saved my ass.
Oh, Mass Effect 2 and 3 had the corner coverage too. That's right. But I don't feel like they did that quite as nicely.
More Tremors, watch
Right on schedule. You guys here?
Yeah. Who are you?
Ajax, you caught Marimba hacking along over there.
Where's your squad?
Got his old.
Oh,
man
what is
pop.
that? What was that? Hold on. Is that a grenade that is on that equipped in there? Or is that a hammer that he's got? He's got like a mace thing in his inventory. Hold on. That's a
Thank
stun
you for
grenade.
joining us, Ryder. Yeah, let's see what I want to see what that is.
Yeah. Hey, thanks
Have
for
a good
being
night,
here, Ryder.
Ryder.
Okay, so
More Tremors, watch
Right on schedule.
frag grenade.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Frag. Okay, yeah, it is.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you? Where's your squad?
Chunky.
Yeah, this looks like chunky is such a good word for it too.
Right.
The movement's chunky. The guns are chunky. Gears of War definitely had a chunk to it that no
Yeah.
other third-person shooter had the feel of.
Ooh,
There it is.
that's the chunky. That's the chunkiness. Feel the chunk. Taste the chunk.
And you're in the grocery store and everything's perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, this looks classic.
Super satisfying. But yeah, I mean, this is one that I mean, honestly, like before Asha came out and talked about the 25th anniversary console, this was like just what played right afterwards. And she goes, "Well, how about those exclusives?" And the crowd just like fucking goes wild, right? Just absolutely eating out of her hands. So as we were saying earlier, and as chat pointed out, she got rid of the stupid AI shit that was going on with Xbox. She lowered Game Pass. She ended the stupid "This is Xbox" campaign. Now she's bringing out exclusives. She's dropping these Xbox limited Series X consoles to the fans, not the press. Right? That was a huge thing that for like everyone there was like, okay, the fact that she gave it to people with a fan on their badge and not the press, huge.
Yeah, honestly, it feels like to be successful right now too is not even like it's not even the hardest path. It feels like it's kind of like common sense right now, and just like gaming has become so monetized and just so like partitioned in terms of what you pay for all these different things. If somebody just focuses on providing players with better experience, it's like kind of an easy home run, right? Like,
oh my god, we missed the chainsaw. Hold on, watch this.
Oh, there it is. Wait,
watch
there
this.
It is. Yeah,
watch this. Okay, so like right here, where we were talking about the chainsaw.
Yeah.
So like he comes up with the lance. Yeah, this is the origin of it right here. He comes up with the lance. And this dude, oof.
Uh-oh.
And he's like still, he can
Too
take
meaty.
it. Yeah.
Too much meat.
The dude looks like a Rancor.
Kind of does. His boy.
Chunky.
That's pretty chunky.
There it is.
Converge again. Marcus Phoenix.
Cool.
I feel like the suits are gonna like jack them up, like it's gonna like kind of make them like super soldier kind of things, right? Like
Yeah,
maybe that's what
probably
makes them
something
super
like that.
chunky. Sorry, before the
might give 'em a
chainsaw
reason.
interrupted you though, what were you saying?
Oh, I don't remember. The chainsaw was so sick. No. Oh, no. Oh, wait, no. I was just saying, like, yeah, like, honestly, just focus on getting some games to some people. Like, I think most people would just enjoy some good games.
Yeah,
You know?
that's really it. So to follow up with this, of course, Nintendo had a direct. I covered that direct.
Yeah.
And I can tell you everything that was in there. It wasn't really that great. The biggest announcement that Pokemon had was an update to Pokopia.
Okay.
Where they're introducing a dive feature, right? We got a little Pokemon Subnautica going on there. But of course,
People are loving that game.
They are. Pokopia is doing pretty well. But of course, let's see if we can get the trailer up here. The big announcement, of course, was the Ocarina of Time remake.
Yeah, I haven't watched this yet.
Okay.
Created by beings of supreme divinity.
Crazy that there's going to be voicing.
Very edge
Voice
of this
acting.
kingdom, there lay a small forest.
My goodness.
An ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest. These forest dwellers were called the Kokiri. Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods.
It's going to be cool to hear how these things are pronounced
However,
correctly.
there was one particular boy.
It's gonna fuck up some people's childhood. I feel like
I know.
Have a
I know.
fairy.
That's such a good point. That's why these things kind of scare me. Dude. That's crazy. Shut the fuck up with that music. Shut up. Ugh. So good.
God damn, Miss Pretty. But that's all you get. That's all you get. Okay, Kingdom Hearts 4 was a big reveal for a lot of people too.
I kind of like. I didn't play Kingdom Hearts 3. I feel like I regret it, but 4 kind of looks kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten into Kingdom Hearts either. I thought that like the last one was it. But I don't know. It always seemed like weird Disney propaganda shit. Like they was gonna just try to get you to, not like propaganda, but like they're just trying. It was like
No, I get
promos,
you.
like for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to watch their shit and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know, man. Like I just had no interest in playing through like a Toy Story
Disney
game that
movies.
turns into a Monsters Inc. game that turns into a, it never really interested me.
Yeah.
And like, so I don't know. Like this was Nintendo was kind of a bummer for me in a little bit of the ways. I mean, like I am excited about the Ocarina of Time remake. Don't get me wrong. I am excited about that. To be honest, the
It's
biggest
not
thing
like we got anything though.
yeah, to be honest, the biggest thing I'm excited for with Nintendo this year is actually the Star Fox remake. Which, if you're starting to catch on, we've got a little bit of a trend here, as far as these remakes are going.
Now, can I say something about the Star Fox
Yeah,
remake?
yeah,
I think it's incredibly, people have a problem with some of the character design.
mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, the cat doesn't look as cute. I
Right.
think that's great. I think we need to make
We
these
need an
animal
ugly-
characters uglier.
Yeah,
We can't be letting these. We can't be having people thirsting over these animal characters. No, they keep them ugly.
we don't need a fur bait, right? We don't need a Stellar
we-
Blade
we
situation
need
with
fur-
Star
yeah.
Fox. Okay,
Yeah, come on.
right?
Come on, this is perfect.
Let's not
He looks like an
sexualize Star
animal.
Fox. We could do this. We could do
Fine.
it. Right. And, if anybody, right, the one person that we don't want to sexualize is Slippy. And there's no way that this Slippy
Dear
could be
God.
sexualized because it is an abomination against God. There he is. Right. that
Oh my God,
that thing would make you shriek in the night. Honestly, Falco is
Yeah.
the most terrifying.
Yeah, with the legs.
Yeah, and this is like I've been so excited for this game that it's gotten me to go back
too.
through and replay the old Star Fox 64 game to make sure I know all the ways to get to the extra paths and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Which maybe like totally brought back the fact that Cat is a character in Star Fox and
Yeah.
exists, right? And I don't know if you saw this. Have you seen Cat's redesign? Cat's
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I'm saying I approve.
yes.
Everybody says.
yes.
Everybody says. Oh, they made the cat not sexy. Good.
Yes. I mean,
Good.
like the idea of the cat before was that like her aesthetic was just girl.
Yeah.
That was girl character in the N64 game because it was the 90s and we have one character, it's girl. They have the pink
She
ship
comes in and
with girl.
flusters all flusters all the boy pilots and then says things about kissing them.
Right. And if you-
Ajax hot Slippy sounds like a nightmare. Thank you. Yeah, I agree.
Someone pointed out that like she is like her backstory is like she was a bounty hunter that worked alongside Falco before Falco joined the Star Fox fleet. That's how she knows Falco, right? So she's like fucking Mandalorian, right? Like
Yeah.
like she should be like this kind of like dirty space cat kind of thing. So I'm a strong supporter of the cat, the new cat design.
Yes.
But the point that I wanted to bring up with all of these remakes here, because it's not just Star Fox is getting a remake. Black Flag's getting a remake. We had another Final Fantasy remake being announced. We had, the remakes on this list are honestly endless. I think there's even some more on here that I had. Oh, one of the biggest things that Xbox had that was its big shining thing other than E-Day was Halo Campaign Evolved, right? Where they're
right, yeah.
bringing the new Halo games out there,
Halo on PlayStation,
right?
baby.
And then one of my favorites that got announced, this game,
Godzilla, dude, yes, for the GameCube. Remember
a
that
fucking
shit? I'm so psyched
classic
for it.
game right
This shit
here.
bangs.
This
This
was
shit
a game
bangs.
that nobody talks about enough.
No,
Is
no.
it-
But if you got this back in the day, you rent this shit off of Blockbuster. This
Yeah.
shit was.
To me, this is
best.
like in my fighting games list. This is like with Smash Bros and Tekken. Like Destroy All Monsters Melee was one of the best kaiju fighting games that's ever been around.
Yeah. It's the best. I honestly, it's so good. I remember this game. I'm so psyched.
I played
for it, dude.
Gigabash. Gigabash is fun. This kicks Gigabash's ass. Still.
Dude, this did it. This did it.
November 3rd,
Come on, now.
2026. Okay, so now, as we can tell, like, we're hyped for Ocarina of Time. I'm hyped for Star Fox. We're both hyped for Destroy All Monsters Melee, right?
Yeah.
But we're clearly seeing a trend here. People aren't making new games anymore. We're just remaking the old ones. And I think that there's a lot of people that have been complaining about this, but I want to kind of make an argument that this is exactly what the gaming industry needs right now. Games have become too expensive to produce. New stories are huge, huge risks. Let's think of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, or Concord, or Anthem. Massive, massive waste where people were trying to experiment with something new and it blew up in their fucking face. This, when you remake a game, you are taking something that is a tried and true tested formula, you are adding more to it, so it gives it to a new generation of gamers. It allows a new generation of devs to return to one of their classic games and get a chance to develop it. And you get to flesh out a game that has had years to have those kind of QA tests and understand exactly where the bugs are, exactly where people would want something more from. And you don't have to go through crunch. You don't have to go through nearly the high as development costs, right? Could this be, is this wave of remakes actually something that could kind of help the game industry stop a little bit of the bleeding that we've been seeing in the past couple of years that has really threatened gaming industry as a whole?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. And actually, I'll take it a little further because I think
Please do.
this is I think this would be a good thing because I think a lot of the times when we talk about modern games, what people conflate with, like, or especially with the grifters kind of conflate with poor quality is like wokeness or whatever. But I think what's really gone on is when we were coming up with games, back, we're looking at these N64 games that are being remade right now, right?
Right.
These are games that came out when things went from when we really figured out 3D, right?
Yeah.
There were some 3D games beforehand, but we really figured it out. And it forced innovation,
Mhm.
right? To make Ocarina of Time, they were making something so new on a whole level. Whereas now, the innovation between console generations and years by, the innovation is smaller because the technological leaps they still advance, but they do less in a way, right? We're talking about optimization versus like the way that games were just being changed, even from even when the DS was coming out, the PSP, right? These things weren't even powerful enough to do certain things, so we were working within confines and limitations. And in ways that made, I think, writing stronger, that made gameplay stronger, that made all these other elements a lot stronger when they had to be.
Right.
Now we entered this era where we perfect example, you say the Suicide Squad, right?
Right.
An item based off of a pre-existing IP, right? Doesn't need the innovation. And so much focus goes into hyper realistic graphics, fidelity,
Yeah.
things like this that don't necessarily that can add to your game,
Right.
but don't always. Like we see,
But they still end up
way too
completely
many
airballing it
games.
on the actual fucking gameplay and then biff the entire
Exactly.
game,
Like look at Star Fox. I mean, it's taken them how many years now to just remake the first game, and we've been saying that. I
Mhm.
mean, this is the second time or it's the third time they've remade it as well. So, but I think honestly, go back to that good shit figure out what you were doing that worked, get your new people working on that stuff, and you'll be able to move things forward a little better.
Yeah.
Because, we just don't have to. Yeah, Ajax. Kind of an argument for not worrying about hyper realistic graphics, gameplay over
Yeah.
everything else, in my opinion. And Ajax, I mean, I think this is why you see
I
the
think
flip
Ajax is
side of it.
100% right.
Right. The flip side of this is you look at indie games, which
Yeah.
have been thriving over the past, 20 years or however long. There's really been the revolution in small studios being able to put things out. And when they are forced to work within limitation, typically we see innovation, right?
Right.
So, we've had for so long big AAAs, big studios doing crazy things, releasing things fast to get them out, right? Like Cyberpunk ended up being a great game, but it started in this different place, and you just couldn't have that.
Yeah.
You really couldn't have that in the N64. The game was shipped.
Yep.
Right? Sometimes things would change, but typically shit was shipped and then it was done.
Right.
So I think, the culture of making the product changed, the business around it changed, right? Because now it was big, but now it's massive. And there was a time when video games were dying closer to around when the new 3D game systems were coming out.
Right.
So it was more dire, and I think we see a dip in quality because we just don't see the great writing, the great, we don't see the same things we see. And again, this goes back to, why do we not see that? Well, capitalism eventually dictated, this is what works. This is the formula that's good. We would rather sell a bunch of units than do something way different.
Right.
Right. Before, innovation was what made you money, right?
Yeah.
The DS would come out, the Wii would come out, right? Shit would change. They'd hit a fucking home run with that. So many people would buy it, and the market would dictate that innovation was what actually brought you success and more money. Now, then it became subscription, right? More things like that, microtransactions, things that really suck the art, the soul out of a game, which is
Right.
Supposed to be art. So in that way, like, I agree with you in going back to these games that like were made with a different mindset. Godzilla wasn't made with microtransactions in mind. Like,
Right.
now if they made a Godzilla game, we might be paying for every character, where it was that game came out and it was like, how fucking awesome. How many characters can we smash in here so you can feel like you're playing old Godzilla movies and make it feel fucking badass,
Right. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so different now.
I think it's exciting. I am excited to go back through and play through some of these games. I think also for me it's fun because like, you know, there's like a little bit of anxiety of like playing a new game of like, because like everyone else is gonna go out there, they're gonna figure out everything first, and then like if you want to go through and
Yeah.
find something, maybe you'll find it, in someone else's YouTube video who's already dug through it. But if you've already played the
Yeah.
game before, right, you have no rush to find all the like nooks and crannies and make sure you've gotten the full experience out of it. Like you can kind of go through and like enjoy the game again, at the pace
Yeah.
that you want to. And I feel less pressure to like kind of really just get everything that I can out of it when it's a game I've already played before, so
That's an interesting way to think of it too, because like, I mean, in that way that we're returning to these games that we loved and that brought us joy. We already knew they brought us joy. Like the discovery, like we could watch a YouTube video on a game and just never play it these days, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've
that's
done
true,
that for
that's
so many
true.
games. I'm like, I'm not gonna play this game. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna watch, and I'm just gonna spoil it. And I'm just gonna do the whole thing. So, you didn't even have that option back then to experience a game in that way, where it like sort of sucks out a lot of what a game is in terms of interactivity and stuff. And we base our opinions off like games we didn't play, and it just it becomes like messy, and
Right.
we're in a weird time.
Yeah.
So hopefully
We are.
returning back to this like golden age like does do something. And it always like, I think it's great for young like people who are gonna grow up and be developers to play these games that inspired us and be like, Yeah, they should grow up and be like, yo, the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters fucking brawl game is sick.
Yeah.
Like, just because that's a sick game and it's fun to play, and I play it with my friends, and it's a good game,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else about it. Just good game, good
Okay.
time.
I got 2 more questions, then I'm gonna let you get to your good games and good times, okay?
Let's do it.
First question, okay? So prior to coming into this, I was pretty convinced that the console war was won over, right? That Nintendo had won it, and I think that I'm still coming up. I'm still working on a video to kind of still make that case as far as the console parts of it going. But as far as like the competition between these 3 giants, right? Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, this Summer Games Fest really showed me that competition is still very much on. I thought that Xbox was kind of trying to kind of throw in the, as far as the console war goes, like kind of surrender, right? They were like, we lost the console war. They even pled that in a fucking case, like a legal case so they lost the console war. Sony has not sold nearly as many PS5s as Switch 2s has been sold, and they've had twice as much time to do so. And it looks like they're going to be now the highest priced console out there. No one's going to be able to try to buy a fucking $700 to $800 console at this point. Especially with these new tariff hikes coming out. They haven't had any good exclusives. Their only good exclusive was Astro Boy, and Astro Boy is literally a graveyard of all of their fucking exclusives that didn't do well.
Yeah, it's like, remember all this shit that
remember all the shit that that failed? Here's a graveyard of all of our IP that we were hoping was gonna be the next fucking Mario that didn't end up being that. So
that's interesting because like I think you're right in saying that Nintendo has won it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's these companies will come and do things, and I think they'll sell consoles, but it won't necessarily be the competition for the biggest slice of the market like it used to be.
Well, I mean, that's what I actually want to ask with the Summer Games Fest, right? With Asha coming out and doing all this stuff and people being like, well, hey, Xbox is kind of swinging again. Is the console war back on? I mean, like specifically with Xbox 2, because the Xbox, the 1 terabyte Xbox is actually the cheapest console right now. Because of the price hike from the Switch 2, there is a 1 terabyte Xbox that is actually cheaper than a Switch 2.
You know, it could be. I mean, I guess you know what? I would say it all depends on the IP, right? Because that's really what Nintendo.
But then Xbox hit with Gears of War. Like, is that enough to say like, hey, we've got a war now. We've got to fight.
They've. I think it could start it again.
Okay.
I don't think it's there yet.
I got you.
I would say if they get more IPs. Whoa. Crazy thunder over here. If they get more IPs, and because like Nintendo, you know, Nintendo's got Pokemon. That's one of the biggest.
Yep.
That's like the biggest franchise in the world. They've got
highest
Mario.
grossing
They've got
IP
Legend
in
of
the
Zelda.
world,
Yeah, they've got these things that they've got things on the software side that like if they didn't have a console, they would still be swimming. They'd be swimming in it.
I also think that they have the console market kind of cornered right now because like having the idea, people laughed at it at first, but having the idea of a hybrid handheld and handheld console and main console kind of thing is a genius idea. People take
that's
the Switches.
The only that's the only differentiator now.
Yeah,
is because like honestly, with Xbox and Sony, it's just a matter of like,
the IP.
Do you have a PC? Do you like using a PC, or do you just like the convenience of a console, right? And then does this console, like, if that's the case, do you care about playing on the go or, you know, like, I just think like, you know, when it comes to all of that, like if you like Mario, if you like Legend of Zelda, if you like Metroid and all that shit, you're going to get the Nintendo game, like period. Like anytime they're like a new Metroid, I'm like, I have to have the, you know, I've got to have the console. There's going to be no other way.
Right.
And I will take that one over, you know, I can do Game Pass, I can do, which are great services, you know. So I would think that like in the future, I see like PlayStation, unless PlayStation and Xbox like go gung ho and just like acquire some more IPs that are just undeniable.
Yeah.
I see them more as like providing software, and you know they'll have their hardware like in the same way that we could go out and buy so many different kinds of like emulator consoles right now. that could play all sorts of different stuff,
Right.
right? It's like their consoles, I think, will be more do you not have a computer sort of a thing, right?
Yeah.
Because not everybody does. Not and most, tons of people don't want to play on a computer. And it's like a different thing for them. So I don't know. It's an interesting question, man. Honestly, I haven't really considered it, but
Yeah.
now I'm kind of thinking of it.
Yeah.
I think ultimately Nintendo can do whatever, Nintendo's going to do what they want and it gives them the flexibility to be innovative and that is always going to be an advantage for them, you know?
Yeah.
Um
I will say there's one reason why I think that to validate your point too, and then the first thing I forgot to mention earlier, coming off of the momentum of this, right? Like after everything that Xbox, kind of hyped everybody up at their Summer Games Fest, and kind of the high that Asha was running off of, right? What's even wilder is that while everyone was still riding that high, Asha turned around this week, I think just yesterday actually, and sent an internal memo out to all the Microsoft employees that was very upfront and honest about where Xbox is right now, and it doesn't look good for a lot of the
Right.
employees in July. She's about to like do some mass layoffs. At least she's
Sure.
given the decency of letting them know that they're going to be laid off there beforehand. And, this is a situation that she did walk in on herself, right? She's only been there since February and she's trying to kind of stop the bleeding where she
Yeah.
can. But it is definitely like a, hey, came out here guns a-blazing, and then, oh, by the way, we're going to lay off a bunch of employees, like the next week while
Yeah.
everyone's still kind of buttered up about it. So
yeah.
Xbox is still,
that
my
I
point being
think
is Xbox is still in a vulnerable place.
right. And I think that's like, ultimately, Xbox has Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
Like all of these companies have these other things that they fall back on that help them.
Right.
Right. Sony has everything it produces.
Except for Nintendo,
It's
though.
got
That's the thing.
Nintendo.
See,
Nintendo does not.
Both Sony and Microsoft at any point in time could go, fuck it, I'm just gonna do movies, or fuck it, I'm just gonna do computers, right? Like they can do what I mean. Sony's a Japanese
Yeah.
company, so like it extrapolates out as a Kiritsu like exponentially to a bunch of different assets. It can just go do
Of
what it
course,
wants
right.
to fucking do.
Right.
And they could leave the industry. Part of the video that I'm gonna put in there is that like Sony's really only in the industry because Nintendo drug them into it by like tricking them.
Yeah.
There's a
and I
whole
mean,
story about that.
honestly, yeah, I would see like, and that's why I would see in the future, like, I don't see the consoles being like the things that Sony and Microsoft hold themselves up on, right? And like you said, like Nintendo, even though it doesn't have like the things that Sony and all those have, they've turned their IP into those things.
Yeah.
So like they've essentially like they don't have Sony Pictures like going out making Spider-Man movies, but they're like, whatever, we're fucking Nintendo. We'll go with Illumination and go make a Mario
Yeah.
movie and make, millions of money.
Do what we need to
they
do.
have
Yeah.
yeah, like so they have that different thing. So it's interesting. I mean, I'm
That's because
interested in seeing
Nintendo is the
what
top of their Kiritsu, by the way. That's one of the big things. They have
Yeah.
they kind of hold it. There's no one above them, and that's kind of why
Right.
him and Sony got in the thing in the first place. The whole reason why the Nintendo PlayStation didn't happen was because Nintendo didn't want somebody. They didn't want to have a dad. They didn't want to have someone that was above
Yeah.
them. And so they went and they kind of split off, and they committed hard to the cartridge model,
Yeah.
which was the only economical model that actually, like now looking at it in hindsight, the cartridge model is the only sustainable model. This disc model was never sustainable, wasn't sustainable from the
Right.
beginning. And Nintendo kind of like pulled the rug out from underneath Sony to get them to do that. So like anyways, my point is like I thought for going into this, the console war is dead. I feel like there's a little bit of a revival there, and I think that you're like, no, honestly, you kind of convinced me that the console war is over. I think we need to see a little more fight before we determine that it's back on. Is that kind of what I'm getting from you?
Well, I wouldn't I don't think it's the console war. I think it's
The IP
I
war.
think it's the gaming. I think it's like the gaming. It's changed. Like
Yeah.
it's not the console war, it's the gaming. It's like a gaming war. And it's like where will each of these companies find their niche?
The
You
IP
know,
war. It's an
Nintendo
IP
has
war
its
now. It's like who has the best
yeah.
IP?
Nintendo has its identity, right?
Yeah.
PlayStation and Microsoft sort of lost their identities
Very true.
when they just didn't have the same IPs and I think Sony and like Sony lost. Konami did tons of bad business moves that I think really ended up hurting like what Sony could have had in terms of things on their console that would help them more, you know. We're living in a post Metal Gear Solid world. Like, you know, they have Death
Yeah.
Stranding, but they don't have like some of these things that were really just like that Nintendo still has. You know, Nintendo's still around with Mario. They're still around with their old school IPs. So it's interesting. Ajax, Dishonored 3. I would love that if Microsoft did. Those games were sick.
Yeah. Okay.
Mike-
Final
yeah.
question. Final question on the
Yeah.
list. Okay. We have to ask it. We got to say,
Let's do it.
who won? Right? Who won?
I
Who had
mean-
the best thing? I know it's all a capitalist horse race, but back in the E3 days, we all had a thing on who won that E3. So I
You're
kind of
right. Yeah,
I
you're
kind of
right.
want to pick my horse here. What I want to hear yours first though.
Man, I guess PlayStation for me. I
Yeah.
mean, to me, it's just, you know, you get the Wolverine, you know, you get the God of War. Like those to me are pretty exciting and different. Gears, if I was a bigger Gears head, I might say Xbox. I know some people who are gonna be more psyched for Xbox because of Gears.
Yeah.
But I think PlayStation, you know? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, like this was some brutal gameplay here.
this was cool. This was
Right.
Yeah,
This was sick.
this was okay. This was honestly a trailer that reminded me of the old E3 stuff because it had me going like at a couple points like, oh you know,
Yeah.
got him in the fucking brains, dude. Like,
Right.
yeah.
This one's my favorite kill in the whole thing. He
Yeah, I
knocks
like
him
that.
off and then he jabs him in the midair like
That's-
that, and like the pallets breaking in the background. Like
Yeah.
looks great.
Looks like a video game, and I'm excited to play it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
just it looks like a video game.
Yeah, it looks
some
like a
good
fun game
water,
to
too.
play. Yeah, it's great,
like the
great
water.
looking water. I mean, like, and Insomniac's made great games before, so I mean, I think this still feels very like grounded too. Like, if Wolverine was like clawing up on the walls and shit like that, and doing stuff that like trying to make it feel like Spider-Man but with a Wolverine skin, I would feel weird
Yeah.
about it. But it doesn't really feel like that to me, at least. And he still looks like a Shark King to me.
We got those nice hairy shoulders. We're feeling good about this one.
Yeah.
How about you? What did you think? Who do you think came out on top
I
here?
think that it would be irresponsible to say anybody but Xbox. I mean, like for
you're hyped on it.
Yeah, for the I mean, this is my reason right here.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to
Honestly.
180 the troglodytes that far on a CEO that has come in here. I think, look, it's I never want to cheer on you know, someone who gatekeeps the means like these CEOs do, but I do
Yeah.
think that if someone's you know, stepping into a role, I want to objectively look at how they are handling their position in that role. So far, Asha, like all of her quote unquote mistakes have been stuff where it's like she's just doing like the honest thing that you should do if you're walking into a shitty situation and you had to do those things, right? Like the reason she's having to fire all these people is because the people in front of her didn't want to do it and they knew that she was coming on and that she would have to do it. So
Of course, yeah.
you know, and then like the fan part of giving that out to the console, I think really shows an attitude shift in the gaming companies that we haven't seen. We have not seen Nintendo do something like that. We've not seen the closest thing I can think of to that moment is Sony going like how to play like remember when like the PS4 came out and I think it was the Xbox One where they said like originally when the Xbox One came out it was like it always had to be online and you're like games were like downloaded on there and like everyone was like that was the
trash.
most, and then a PlayStation came out with like the biggest softball. They're like, here's how to play a game on PlayStation, and then like put it in the disc thing, right? And everyone was like, yeah, after seeing Xbox like shit the bed, right?
Yeah.
That still felt like a
Bar's
four.
low.
Yeah, that still felt like a for the players moment. Like they were like still thinking like we see you and we know what you want. And we're gonna do that kind of thing, right? But the bar was low.
Right.
Bar was very low.
Yeah,
It just said that we're not changing anything that we haven't done before.
That's right.
This
And
is
you
a
know
this
what?
moment though was like, hey, everyone that is fan on their badge, we're talking to you. You know?
That's badass.
Yeah.
That's a badass moment. And you know, like you said, like look, getting Grums to say, were we wrong about something? That's a little victory. And in 2026, take a little victory and just enjoy it. You
Yeah.
know? Just yes, these are all CEOs but look, Grums ate his words. For one day, he ate his words.
Right.
We can enjoy and we can sip on that for a little bit and
We
just
can.
let it. Ooh, that's a fine treat. We can have a treat every once in a while.
Tastes
It's
good.
okay.
Swirl it around in your mouth a little, right? Get the air in there. Right. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for us tonight. Hellion, that was an incredible
yeah.
stream. I had a lot of fun with you. A lot of fun going through all of these games. I'll let you get back to your games now. But thanks for joining me, man.
Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate it. I always love talking to you. Talk next time.
Yeah. All right. Catch you next time, bud.
All right.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
All right. And everybody on my side, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Ryder. Thank you. Oh, AI. Oh, that's it. Oh, who's that? Thank you, Ryder, for showing up. Everybody on a Hellion side, we really appreciate y'all. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll try to rate it out to somebody here. Hopefully we'll have some of these chopped up and going on the YouTube page here soon. You can find me at TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, all the things at Ruse_Bane, WRUSE_BANE. And yeah, good seeing you guys. See you next time. Bye.
Loving is easy, you have me fucked up. It used to be so hard to see. Yeah, loving is easy when everything's perfect. Please don't change a single little thing for me. Listen, girl, when you can't even hide it, and it didn't take forever to find it. I was all on my own, almost glad to be alone until love came in on time, on time. So loving is easy, you have me fucked up. It used to be so hard to see. Yeah, loving is easy when everything's perfect. Please don't change a single little thing for me. Love that.
Bruce, what's going on? How are we doing, my friend? Welcome here.
So listen, girl, when you can't even hide it, and it didn't take forever to find it. I was all on my own, almost glad to be alone until love
also bad. We are 7 away.
on time, oh, on time. Loving is easy, you have me fucked
Working towards
up.
that as well.
It used to be so hard.
It's only been 5
to
years, so it's
see.
fine.
Yeah, loving is easy when everything's perfect. Please don't
Yeah.
change a single little thing.
When we hit the 1K, then I'll figure out when I'm gonna have extra time off. But we'll figure out some fun stuff to do. Get my spicy foods and all that shit. You guys can watch me suffer. There you go. We're celebrating. Are you celebrating? I am making myself suffer.